Capricorn, good morning. How you guys doing? So I thought that what we would do, I think it's this week, because I think we did What's in the Tea last time. So if you're wondering very quickly why are all the readings different now over here and, you know, where's other readings? The ones that I'm putting out on YouTube, okay, will be first on Patreon because I can't do anything on YouTube until I do the ones on Patreon. Okay, so they're going to be in a different order for a little while. Okay, so we did Pisces yesterday and we're going to do Capricorn now. Okay, so let's see. Capricorn. What has Capricorn got coming up this week, please, starting from the 14th? Then we'll look into how your partner thinks and feels about you and maybe some other stuff. So for a lot of you Capricorn, or Gemini, don't forget 6 is Gemini, Capricorn, whichever way around. But you've got someone of Sagittarian vibe around you, metaphysical twin flame or physical twin flame. Okay, so meaning that if you are in a relationship, you're in a spiritual divine union with the person of twin flame soulmate. If you're watching because you know a person is in a relationship with someone, that's this person, okay? So exes and stuff can all be involved. Is, you know, tarot isn't about, you know, it's about the present moment of what's happening, right? Which is someone's in spiritual divine partnership union with soulmate, okay? Let's see. So they're together. Capricorn, what's going on with Capricorn this week, please, Capricorn? So you got the 7 of Swords. So you got someone that's in and out of the house. Okay, so they come over to visit and stay at the 4 of Wands. So it could be your children, your ex, your partner. You can say if you want that your partner could well be coming back into someone's life here. Okay, whether you trust this person or whether you don't, they're coming back energy here. So it could be going back to visit family and children and so on and so forth. But for a lot, this is just someone that comes over to stay at the 4 of Wands. Okay, so it's like a sleepover, couples that may or may not live in the same house, and they just come over and visit, okay, and stay, and, you know, you do your thing, Stephen King or Steve. Let's see, Capricorn, what's coming up with Capricorn this week, please? Capricorn. So you got the 2 of Cups, so, oh dear, and the 7 again of the Tower. Okay, so someone is looking over their shoulder at a metaphysical connection that they're trying to get out of to go towards their soulmate twin flame. Okay, so you've got twin flame stuff. You could have like a third party situation that could well be here present. Okay, because they're leaving something that's broke up and finished, okay, that's ended and it finished, blah blah blah, and they're now coming back to a 4 of Wands. Okay, because they're leaving a 2 behind. So it could be a Libra possible or a life path 2 energy. And they're going back. Now this could be a dirty stop out. Okay, it could be someone that goes to see here as a dirty weekend or a connection that they've got, and then they go back to their husband or wife here once they've been here. Okay, it's kind of like asking forgiveness to come back. I've been here. This went drastically fucking wrong. And it went wrong, and now I'm here, okay? That's for you guys that may be dealing with a Cancerian, possible life path 7, and Sagittarian, okay? Someone on the chat is, yeah, kind of, I forget what her name is, Gina or someone, I can't think now. Someone that's been dealing with a Cancerian for fucking ages here. Sagittarius person constantly dealing with Cancerian, okay, and constantly doing this, going back with someone else and then coming back to the other person. It's because you're allowing this person straight back in. You believe what they say, or don't, but you're still connected to them. Yeah, wanderlust. So you've got Libra here. Let's see, someone's leaving a Libra energy of a metaphysical connection and going back to their husband or wife here, or their partner. What's Capricorn this week? Is a 2 again. All of these Libra energies are really present. Excuse me. 2, 2 and 2, left or right, backwards or forwards, physical connection, waiting for the 2 of Cups person, waiting to find if they're coming back. Don't use tarot to hate the person and want them to come back or want them in your life but not do anything about it, because all you do is manifest metaphysical action, which is nothing. You just keep manifesting the metaphysical because you've got no action towards what you want. So if you want it, you got to be a person that goes to get it and get your answer. Okay. So if you want the person back, reach out and talk, because the longer you keep doing these, the longer you just remain in the metaphysical waiting and waiting and waiting and waiting with no action. And like, well, you know, so you get nowhere basically. You just keep going through your spiritual connection, believing the person's going to come back into your life with the person that you may or may not want. Because you obviously don't want them if you don't speak to them, right? That's obvious. If you're not speaking to someone and you want them, the opinion of the other person is that you don't, because you're not saying anything. So the other person will just grasp the fact that you don't want to talk to them and you don't want to know. And they'll just take that as like, well, you're not speaking to me, so what's the point? You know, so you'll not get connection there. You'll not get any word of mouth. Capricorn. So you got Meg Ryan here, could be the piece on the side. You got Piscean and then Life Path 7 and Cancerian energy. So there's a lot of backwards and forwards, leaving, past and moving, possible thinking of moving out from the tower. Okay, and the Libra energy, so it could be a child that goes here from here, could be social services, child services, an ex-husband or wife, and they keep going over to here, okay? Because this is travelling. So, say for instance, I've got a dynamic at home, and it's a child, and they get on better over here, okay? Let's see. And you guys are like, fuck that, no, that's my kid. They keep going over to here, being influenced by the narcissist controlling person that I don't want them to be with, but they have to make their own choices. So I try to stop and intervene that from happening. But I make it worse, because the tower can be an avoidance of control. Capricorn. So, Four of Cups, blocking the person out. It feels like I'm going in reverse here. It feels like that this action is coming, like, but even though this is the beginning of the reading here, it feels like a person comes and goes. They come in, they come out, they come in, they come out, they come in, they come out here. Because it feels like that this happens now, but it feels like that this is the progression of the reading where this 7 is coming from here. Okay, because it's twice. Well, 3 times. So it feels like a circle and a cycle of, or Michael, going from here to here, and then starts here and then comes back full circle here. So it might be someone that keeps going back to an ex-husband or a wife or another person. Or a place. Like I said, it could be a place. You know, I'm a Gemini moon, so a lot of my stuff's here. This would be just me being at home, okay, and then travelling to my girlfriend here. Okay, me for her Sagittarian placements. Okay, here. So, you know, 2 of Cups can be dynamics of family, dynamics, I'm at work, blah, 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 finish my work, and now I'm here, okay? So it's either way you look at it. I only say that to stop all of these confusions of these people that watch general tarot readings getting a conclusion that, okay, this tarot reading is telling me that something might be happening, so I need to intervene to stop it from happening because it's possible. You know, tarot readings are, I've got the tarot reading, I have to let it play out, get the answer, and then do something about it. Not watch the tarot reading, believe it's happening, try and stop that from happening of my belief, and then do, you know, it's about watching the reading, let it happen. Once it's happened, do something about it. Not do something about before the action's happened. So important. Okay, very important. Capricorn. 7 of Wands. The Sun. So, you've kind of got this circular action of backwards and forwards, in and out. Backwards and forwards, in and out. Capricorn this week, please. The King of Cups. The Death card, Scorpio. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Capricorn. Yeah. So, 100%, there's a couple that are together. Now, you might even have children and they're together with someone. If you're a single person watching and you've got kids and they're in relationships, they're in your reading, right? Because of the numerology and the placements and so on and so forth, and the person being around you all of the time. That would mean your kids and so on and so forth. So they're kind of in and out. This person's going to and from, like, in and out of a relationship, okay? A connection that they've got is your general overview. So what's the temperance energy here for Capricorn? Temperance energy for Capricorn this week. So yeah, this person's a child, or your kids are in relationships, or you're definitely speaking to someone, that's for sure. Four of Wands, Ten of Cups, Piscean. So it's like, you know, you have to look at this. I have to tell you just in case you're missing the sequence. Because 6 is a Gemini and Capricorns, because I have a Gemini moon and my mother is a Gemini, and I'm a Piscean, and 4 Scorpio placements. It's the same. It's in the family. It's just someone that leaves the family, goes towards a relationship, leaves the family, goes towards a relationship. Okay, it leaves people on their own to do what they want, like children, the parents, you know, my kids are not around, blah, blah, blah. I've got my own little thing going on as well, you know. 7 of Swords. Why is the 7 of Swords here? Yeah, someone is in and out of relationships, work and house. Okay, now, like I said, if you've got someone that keeps going to and from other married couples or other relationships, you wouldn't trust the person anyway, so you shouldn't really want the person. Because 5 means trust. Trust is everything. What is that Hierophant? A very controlling marriage or relationship or ex-partner. Okay, that tries to control the relationship. For a lot of you here. Okay, or a place of work, or an ex-husband or wife. That's why the 2 of Cups is here. Why is the 2 of Cups here? Yeah. So you got the Queen of Wands now. So you got a lot of counterparts coming up. So your readings are playing out pretty much the same as the Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, Jupiter ones, of where all of the what you guys and everybody's been going through for so long, why the Empress and the Emperor keeps coming up, why all of these counterparts keep coming up. Because they're family members, ex-husbands and wives and new people. Someone could have a connection with a Libra and a fire sign. Aries, Leo and Sagittarian placements. That can be a 5, an 8 and a 4. Tell me more about the Queen of Wands. The 10 of Swords. There's an ending with an husband and a wife. They just keep going over things with children. What's the Tower for? The Tower is a happy-go-lucky, thank God I'm out of this now. The Fool. But don't throw it all away through paranoia by trying to change your destiny before it's happened. Okay? Let the reading happen. Let readings happen before you intervene with a reading. Okay? To try and stop your destiny happening. Because you're trying to avoid lessons there. Okay? It's always good to get a general overview and a feeling for a reading, and then play out your week and see what happens, and then come back and think, oh yeah. Because, you know, you can try and change something that you're not meant to change, that you're supposed to experience, and you've avoided it, and then you've just got it in another form with someone else. Okay. So don't try to change tarot readings by interfering and intervening in a reading. Okay. The Moon, so it can be a mother and parents, exes, things that are hidden that are trying to come to light. Justice. Yeah, so there's an opportunity there with a Libra. What's the Ace of Cups? What is that opportunity that the Libra is looking for? Is truth. So they're wanting the honest truth about a situation that's going on. So they could be looking for closure and truth of something. But opportunities are there in order to speak about what? Can also be about travel, about the 4 of Cups, but they're not. They're searching for truth and they're looking for an option and they're looking for an opportunity, but I don't think they're even asking for it. So they're blocked. They could be giving up on opportunities because they're waiting for a specific 3, which means I'm waiting for a Piscean energy here to come back or to say something. But if the person that isn't saying something is a matched energy to the person that isn't saying something, and you've not been getting any responses or any word of mouth, that's because the reading is telling you that if you want this, you have to be the one that reaches out and says something. Because if you don't and you get nothing, that's because you're not giving nothing to receive anything. Okay, so you get nothing for your time and effort because you're not putting in effort towards what you're wanting. Do you see? So it has to be asked. If you're waiting to be asked and it doesn't come in, that's because you misinterpreted the card. You've got to be the one that asks. Okay. What's the two of... and if you can't get beside your ego to do that, your ego will just keep intact, where you'll just keep watching and waiting out for a sign that doesn't come because you don't reach out and ask. I went through this with a Libra. I was asking and asking and asking and asking and asking for my first one, and then suddenly I realised, fuck, I've got to stop asking because I'm not getting anywhere, because I've asked so many times that the answer was no. So I suddenly had to realise, okay, I've got to stop asking, okay, because they're interested in someone else. So I've got to stop asking. But I kept waiting for ages for them to break up. But when they did, I'd moved on by that time, or they did break up, but they got back together as soon as they broke up. So I had to just sit back and wait, learning about my Scorpio side, my 4 side. Okay, kept looking for truth and answers to why it was that the person never reached out to me, because I'd blocked her and couldn't reach out to her, and she never did reach out to me. So we were at a standoff. I wasn't reaching out to her. She wasn't reaching out to me. She continued to look for the other person, and I had to just sit back and not reach out. So you can get in those metaphysical time warps where you're just waiting for that person that doesn't reach out. None of you are. Okay? So you just have to... So time just takes ages. It's like, you know... You've got to go through the steps to get out of these quicker. You've got to be on the gold tier to go through the teaching stuff. Okay? Because there's a lot to learn that helps you get out of them. So what is the 2 of Wands? 2 of Wands is the 3 of Swords in reverse. So there's 100% a third energy here. 4 of Cups. Yeah, still 2. Still not reaching out. Still waiting. Still not doing anything. What's the Empress? Because it could be of the piece on the side. Okay. Because it could be that Meg Ryan or Billy Crystal or the, you know, is with someone else. They're with someone. Or they're looking for dick. What's the Ace of Wands looking for? A Queen. Gemini, Libra, Aquarius person. But they need to ask. If this be the Libra, 2, they need to ask for this. Like, if I want this opportunity, I've got to ask for it. I've got to reach out and say something. Okay. What's the Chariot? No. Because there's still loads of conflict here around this 7 energy. Possibly could be children or anybody, but there's still conflict around a marriage and an ex. The ego is still very much intact of not trusting the person to let them back in. Like, so the trust is gone here. There's an avoidance energy of someone that keeps losing their temper. That just keeps forcing people to avoid them even more. What's the King of Swords? Yeah, so you're not speaking to the person anyway. This King and the Queen are not speaking. They got children together. They may be a divorced couple. If you're a married couple, you're just going through loads of arguments with the kids. Like constantly arguing about the children, you know, living with one another and pissing each other off, spending too much time with one another maybe. Page of Wands is this child's looking for a way out, away from all of the drama. What's the 7 or karma? Someone's just hopeful for the future of a metaphysical connection to come true, but with not letting the person in or out or go. This is kind of like with the person that keeps coming to me in the future is not the person I want. I want someone else. What is meant for me is I'm not learning it with the person that is meant for me because they want me. I want the other person. The person I'm not supposed to want. But you don't have to want the person that's meant for you. Okay, you just avoid that energy and then wait for something else to come along. The Sun. See, that can on can but can't be true. You see, with when I was watching tarot many years ago, when it comes down to this Libra circumstance that I went through, a lot of it is that the person that you're supposed to be with, you're actually avoiding and not being with them because they're actually a very stable individual with good prospects of the future that would look after children, you know, would treat you really well and everything else. But you're actually treating that nice person like shit, okay? The nice person like shit where you could have a good life, but you don't see them attractive enough because she was very attractive. And what she seeked out was meatheads, people that were very, tattoos, muscles, and fucking idiots. You know, and got herself pregnant with multiple different men because all the men that she chose were all fucking meatheads, good looking, you know, charming, but very cheating. Like, they would cheat a lot all the time. They would go off with different women and treat good looking women like shit and end up pregnant with kids and fucking abuse them and God knows what else, because everything that glitters in gold really isn't. It's on the exterior, not the interior. So they go after this big fortunate outcome, okay, and search for the right one that always ends up being the wrong one. You know, I try to make a positive decision of my exterior energy of power to try to get the one I wanted, but the one I wanted was not the right one because they wasn't stable. They were just a fucking meathead. Okay, they all glittered and glammed in fucking fame and fortune and popularity of a dickhead, and that's what they ended up being. So I met quite a few of them, right? The one that was stable, that was meant for me, I decided not to. But now look at me with a business and God knows what else and a really attractive girlfriend that I went through a lot of shit with, but a very attractive girlfriend in the end of what I got, but what she didn't. On her own with 6 children, which is fine, but 6 children with different men, okay, they all ended up being all of the wrong choices. I avoided the very stable individual person that I should have been with, and then my path took me down a completely different one. Now I'm with someone else, and she, as far as I know, is now single with 6 children on welfare. Here. So looks are not everything. Looks fade, and then you end up like, oh God. Sorry to anybody out there that might be in that predicament, but like, you know, looks do fade, and it isn't looks, but like looks fade, and what have you left with all of the bad decisions that you made in your life? 6 children by different men, no job at all, because you're having children to pay for, like budget in the UK, you can avoid working if you have a child. If you have a child, UK benefits will pay your electric, your house, your bill. They'll give you a house, 4-bedroom house, 4 children, 4-bedroom house, 5 children, 5-bedroom house. All paid for, electricity, water rates, and you don't have to work. You can sit at home watching fucking Netflix all day waiting for your children to get home. That's the government in the UK. It's fucked. Okay, people do abuse it. Okay, so what was that really for me? A lucky escape. Okay, but that isn't how I see it at the beginning. That's how I was all for that. Trust me, I was all for that. Yeah, the high life and the danger and the fucking really not thinking very clearly, because that was my spiritual connection. So I went through it for ages, but now I'm in a different position. So, like, what I'm trying to tell you, Capricorn, right, is that everything that appears to be what it is isn't later when it appears up to be something else. Okay, you get it. Okay, you suddenly get it. You realise that the paths that are meant for me, I don't take, and I take the other path, and that path led me down the garden. Okay, so I was led down the garden path, okay, and I made the wrong choices, but my life still ended up different, because I ended up with all of this accumulation of whatever it was, which is karmic energy. Bad decisions, bad choices, loads of children, loads of debt, can be. Or I made a right choice, I ended up with someone really good, and I ended up blah, 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 doing better because I made the right choice. But again, you still have to make one. Okay, you have to choose a path. Okay, whether it be right or wrong, it leads you down which one it is that leads to whatever. That wouldn't mean that she's unhappy wherever she is. I very much doubt she'd be unhappy. But her life took a complete different turn than what mine did. Okay. What's the King of Cups? The Five of Cups. So it's a let-down energy around a water sign, possible. Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Someone is really watching out, a Libra energy here, possible for Libra, for Scorpio placement or Aries. But is watching 3, constantly watching out for 3. That 3 energy is around a 3 energy here, which is where this 2 is. And in other readings that I did throughout the week, I said someone is watching and stalking the fuck out of this 3 person of Piscean. Okay, that king is with this 5. That might be what this person here is looking and watching for. Okay, now many moons ago, if you guys are Libras still going over the Pisces stuff, you were probably going through that when I was going through it with the twin energy of my first awakening. You got wrapped up with Libra and Pisces. They're not a great combination, Libra and Pisces. What's the Five of Cups? But you're still going through it. I backed off ages ago. Yeah, it could be your twin flame.
Sorry, I'm not sure.
Alexa, stop. What's the Death card? Yeah. 5. Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Someone's very argumentative here. Sagittarius, Taurus, Gemini. Life path 4, Scorpio, person possible. Arguing and bickering at the 4 of Wands. 5 of Cups, guilt. You know, playing the guilt trip. The disappointment card. The fear of being alone. What's the Ace of Wands? 9. Yeah, it's just a progression of trying to find out answers, maybe without asking. You know, there's a lot of combative energy that you've got coming up through your week, through your families, probably bickering and arguing. Maybe a life path 7 or a life path 7 Cancerian placement, Sagittarius Taurus person placement of. You got 100% of like life path 3 Piscean energy here, and a lot of Libra. Virgo, you know, you kind of got these like destructive marriages in and out, ex-husband and wife with children. You got twin flame saga going on twice because you got the 4 of Wands and the 4 of Wands. You definitely got someone that wants to move out. Could be a child, wants to just kind of like move out, spread their wings and experience something different in life. It's normally best to let them, whether you agree or whether you don't, is to let them. Okay, the more you fight against them, the more that you'll fight against them, and you'll end up leaving on bad terms, which is not good energy. Okay, so what else have we got for you, Capricorn? Let's see. So Capricorn, any other messages for Capricorn? Don't forget, Cappy, your things to be aware of around your environment is going to be out over on YouTube there. So Capricorn, I need to focus on my healing. I don't know how to let you go though. So someone still isn't finished yet. They're still going around the merry-go-round. They're just thinking, you see, the last thing you need to do is think, I need to focus on my healing so I get the person I want. Because you'll be thinking of the person. You'll be avoiding yourself, thinking you're working on yourself, but your reflection is still of the twin flame stuff. Okay. So there are certain methods to healing and focusing on oneself that if you join the gold tier or you're on it, there are good methods. There's a couple of videos that I'm going to do, maybe today or tomorrow probably, but very soon, about what to do that really helps me, okay, that really helps me. And if I'd have known that back then, I'd have fucking been so much appreciated of shit that I'd have known back then, okay. Yeah, it's basically, I'll give you a little bit of a rendition now. Okay, so imagine the tower, Capricorn, right? Imagine the tower. Where are we with the tower? But you know what the tower looks like, right? So imagine the tower in your peripheral vision of what the tower would look like. Let's just fucking find it. I'm more than likely not going to be able to, as quick as I'd like to. God, if I go through all these fucking cards and I've missed it, I'm going to be really annoyed. There it is, the Tower. Okay, so look at the Tower. Okay, imagine the Tower. Imagine all the people. Okay, close your eyes and imagine this, because I'm going to get some, I've done some meditation music and I'm going to change it now, but I'm also going to have some visuals for you to look at. But imagine this being a light tower, okay, and I want you to close your sphincter, okay, and your pelvic floor and squeeze, okay, and feel that really excited energy coming from downstairs of your groin, okay. And then I want you to close your eyes and imagine this beacon here of a light beacon, and then it goes out and you see rings around this energy, and it goes out, and then you breathe in and it goes out. Okay, then you breathe out, then you breathe in, and the rings go out further and further and further as you draw up this energy from here right up to here, imagining this being a Wi-Fi signal and what it looks like going out. That's you imagining that every time you pull up from your head, you're reversing the psychology of your head from your pelvic energy. Okay, because it normally goes from here down here, and this is where we do it wrong. We need to pull it up from here up to here. Okay, to go out for a signal to draw it back in. Okay, so pull it up, okay, and then imagine this signal is going out and 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 out. That's you raising your vibration and the signal that will bring in energy. But there's a sequence to this to make sure that your thoughts are thinking certain things. But if you join the gold tier, I'll go over it in depth. But there are other methods that would relate to doing things like that, okay. So let's see, because what you've got is I need to focus on my healing, but I still don't know how to let you go. Okay, but I do wish you well. It doesn't make any fucking sense whatsoever. Okay, so that could be a Libra because that's my sense that makes none. Okay, I keep focusing on my healing, but I'm actually not doing anything. Which means it's no good just like, okay, I'm just focusing on sitting down and doing nothing, when my mind really is of, I still can't let this person go, but I want them, but I don't, but I do wish you well and I'm going to let you go and I'm just going to tell myself I have, because that's you kidding yourself, okay? So there's this energy of I need a break, I can't do this anymore, I'm frustrated and fed up, I need to focus on my healing, right? Which there's much more to just like meditating, okay? Because it's your thoughts. You can meditate for an hour, for 2 hours, okay? But your thoughts are of the twin flame or well, say if you because it's difficult to manifest for fucking meditate for 2 hours a day. Okay, so if you're meditating for half an hour a day, okay, you're meditating for only half an hour a day, but the rest of your day is focused back on the twin flame of stuff that you want that you haven't got. You're still living in the I haven't got and the lack energy. So the majority of your day is taken up by all of your thoughts. So you can manifest if you want. You can like meditate for half an hour or 20 minutes in the morning if you want. But the majority of your day is built up of negativity of thoughts that I don't know how to let you go. And I do wish you well of a confused yes or no, don't know. I don't know how to let you go, but I don't want you anyway, but I let you go. Just trying to tell spirit that I'm trying to let you go. That's bullshit, man. That'll just keep you stuck for fucking ages, man. You know, that's just you kidding and trying to get rid of the energy that you don't want. That's you just telling spirit, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this, I don't want this. You're like, okay, brilliant, there you go. And you're like, no, I don't want it. I know that's what you're getting. I don't want it. No, I don't want it. Yeah, that's what the feeling is, right? The feeling is, I don't want this. So that's what we're giving you, the feeling of I don't want this. Oh, fuck yeah, but what I'm saying and telling you in my head is I don't want this. Yes, your head doesn't give off a signal. I'm sorry, but we can't understand what your head is saying. We're just understanding that your head is telling your feelings, I don't want this. So what are they? Very bad shit feelings, can't move on, fucking frustrated, and I don't know what to do. So what are we giving you? What you wanted. I don't want this. Great, there you go. Fuck you, man, I don't want this. Yes. What does that feel like? Shit, yeah, so what do you feel? Shit. There you go, have more of it. Right, you've got to realise your head doesn't manifest, your feelings do. Your feelings manifest. There's a way of working on your mind, okay, to create a better feeling, okay, but it's your feelings that give off a signal. So if your feelings are what your head is telling you, then your feelings are created by your head. Okay, there's methods. Capricorn. I don't trust you. You see, the trust issues are gone. Your snapshots are more of distrust than metaphysical. Okay, you could have overdone it with a lot of like believing a lot of stuff is happening. I need to cut the cords. Okay, I need to stop doing something. I need to stop doing something. I need to stop doing something. Okay, let's stop you doing it. But I'm still thinking that I need to stop doing it. Okay, it's not time yet. Okay, there are other methods that you need to do. Okay, but yeah, the trust is gone. I do wish you well. I'm trying to let you go. I'm focusing on my healing, but I don't know how to let you go. So that's very fucking confusing. So what is that telling me? That yours or someone's mind is very, very scattered in loads of different directions, where their mind is saying to their feelings both negative and positive. Okay, I'm confused, I don't know, yes or no, don't know, what should I do, what shouldn't I do? Very scattered thoughts will create a very scattered feeling. A very scattered feeling would create very static thoughts. Okay, so that's what you've got this week. Sorry, Capricorn, I hope it isn't happening to you, but it could be. So there you go, guys. Thanks very much for following and keeping up with the channel. I really do appreciate it, and I'll see you soon.